just want to play for this strong early game, try and win it out quickly because that's your best shot against the Flash Wolves. Whereas they're going to do something simple. They're going back towards the Gragas, and if, you know, history is any kind of teller, this usually indicates for some kind of Yasuo composition for the Flash Wolves.
Yeah, and you know, interestingly, they decided, you know what, it's okay, you can pick the Nuno if you want. It's not banned anymore. Rafa wants a show, then he can go get it. I mean, he stayed up late from his time zone, and he can go get it. But Rafa, what are your thoughts here coming into the draft?
We're going into the late hours zone here, Mika. And for Geek Fam, they already locked in the Lee Sin, so we're not seeing Nunu anytime soon. Flash Wolves potentially could still lock it in if they go for Senna Gragas into the Dragon Lane duo. And as Big G called it, Yasuo being locked in for Bruce, he is one of the mid laners that still picks the Yasuo outside of Julie. And they are doubling down on the amount of knockups. If you look at this, outside of the Senna, every single champion has a way to enable Bruce on the Yasuo into the last breath. Whether it's Vault Breaker, Assault and Battery from Vi, Explosive Cast, Body Slam, and then even Ysera on the Broken Wings, the third cast, you can get multi-man knockup.
I don't like this Diana pickup. This is a really quick pivot for Geek Fam. You're supposed to put the Akali mid instead, and then you grab a strong matchup against the Riven. I mean, Akali does okay against Yasuo. You get a stronger matchup against Riven. It's a little bit iffy from Geek Fam. If their goal was to really try and win it out, I mean, they're trying to play for ultimate comfort. This is well, Pocket Pick City, but it just doesn't feel quite right. They needed something different. Overall, though, this is, again, probably the best shot at getting a win.
Yeah. Well, hopefully so it will be the case for Geek Fam. I have noticed that the Diana pick, it hasn't been doing well at all here in the C Championships. We're going to see if Geek Fam can indeed turn it around or if Flash Wolves will continue this and get a 2-0. Casters, over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Mika, and we are back into things between Flash Wolves and Geek Fam. Game number 1 was pretty solid, Rika. Flash Wolves kind of ran away with it in the late game.
Yeah, their constant pressure of Cookie towards top side is just such immense pressure. But this time around, 69 on the Lee Sin, not on an Olaf this time around. So maybe the tables are gonna turn this time around when it comes to pressure. And I'm looking forward to that.
All right, it's a tradition now. Give me a Yasuo noise.
A what?
A Yasuo noise.
Oh, this is gonna be bad, but I will try. Asagi! I can't sound like Yasuo!
Again. You nailed it. I don't know. Now, give me Yasuo if he was a Pokemon that only ever said his own name.
Yasuo?
Oh, that was really charming.
All right, I hope so, because I am shrinking by the minute.
I didn't think I wanted a Yasuo Pokemon. There was going to be like a Mr. Mime type of thing where I'm like, oh, I don't want that Pokemon. Different vibe entirely.
Yeah.
Game number 2, Geek Fam. The big thing for me is I want to see this Lee Sin head towards the top lane, really boost the Shang during the early game, because you have that early ganking potential now with this Lee Sin.
Yeah, and I think the biggest question is how can he utilize this possibly towards mid lane, maybe, because especially Bruce is always the story when it comes to the early game popping off. Maybe this time around they can shut him before he's able to shine. That's exactly what we've seen during the EVOS matchup.
EVOS and Flash Wolves actually have directed a ton of effort towards that top lane, which I think it's limited. Oh, hang on.
Oh, mid lane, that is going to be Bruce, incredibly low, uses a flash. And now that's going to be the exit out. No, Cookies gets caught out, barrier activated, flash, Bruce is still alive. Hockey's still alive. No, they're going in, maybe. Second charge? No, they call it quits.
He ate so much fruit, I thought for sure he'd go in.
So close.
He got all his nutrition. Do you win to this blue buff? Yeah, with a smite. All right.
It's fine.
I wasn't sure for a second there. I think actually the Shang should really take away from this experience how much of an impact he's made on this team, that all of their opponents on the international stage have put so much effort into shutting him down.
Yeah, and right now bot lane is the primary focus. 69 will possibly find his target. Look at Momo just landing a bunch of auto attacks away. Easton may potentially come back. Ebb and Flow, nice double man root.
Here comes
coming
Bruce.
Through, but there is no follow-up anymore.
And Cookie up top.
Yeah, Cookie's up there. There's the Salt and Battery charging in first blood, 69 down, and all the other kills are all following suit. Momo, Nyx, Gun, Hockey joins the fray. Just wants to clear some wave. Bruce gonna get a bit of that auto attack from the tower, but it is gonna be 3 kills early for Flash Wolves.
Aki showing up late to the party. I don't know what to tell you. There was nobody to grab. And Geek Fam walk away from the experience. I think they made the right play. It was a really good idea to force down bottom, but Locking had a really good read on the situation. He stepped forward as the Senna and just traded auto attacks into Momo, playing with the Senna's advanced range, using the Senna and her ability to just burst single targets to remove the damage. And once Momo was forced to back away, once Momo was kind of scared of the damage trade there, you just had Nyx overextended, which made it very easy for Bruce, who roamed down and continued to deliver star performances with the cleanup on the bottom line.
That was very tempting, a lot of low health targets. This could be a collapse though. Comes 69 with a double man kick and towards the moonfall, Locking so low. Calling will eliminate him, and there's just a double kill in favor of Momo there. No, duo bot lane gone coming from Flash Wolves.
Very easy cleanup for Flash Wolves. And I'm not sure what exactly you respond to that with. I think Flash Wolves just making a mistake, as Geek Fam did get that cleanup just off the back of the 2 Flash Wolves players in mid, walking a little bit too far forward, trying to contest the wave in a kind of weird way. When they should just be aware, hey, we don't see anybody on the map. Why don't we play safe? Why don't we take a chill pill?
But this ain't chill here over the bottom side, because Assault and Battery into the last breath is going to be ease of execution there for Bruce, and they're able to get another kill.
So it's messy here, as I think the explanation for what happened in the mid lane with Ethan and Locking is as simple as Flash Wolves are taking it a little chill in this game. Just going for the plays, knowing they can mechanics check this opponent, and we'll see if that backfires, because this is the kind of game that Geek Fam are really good at, frankly. So the fact that Flash Wolves are opting into this style of messy trading, maybe a little bit of overconfidence versus an opponent that pretty much cleaned up the Malaysian region using this exact style of play.
Exactly. There is Momo as well on this Lucian that has been, utilized versus Alliance, I believe, and they immediately dominated the dual lane.
You see 69 there? Really think about going in on that?
Probably tempted, but too dangerous. There is Eason there.
Rift Herald was picked up by Geek Fam, and they're going to go for their second objective here. Thinking about this Drake, this is really weird. Like I said, I think Flash Wolves are just kind of, I don't want to say trolling, I want to say taking the games easy, because there's no way that Geek Fam should get both these objectives, but they're going to try for it. And Flash Wolves don't have a full contest.
That's a double man last breath there. Look at Hockey with a triple man moonfall, but he's going to fall immediately down. Look at the Shang diving into the back line. Eason's going to be the first target. Shang with the barrier, just trying to survive, but he falls down as well. Look at this triple man stun. That is insane. Isera, that is crazy. And Flash Wolves at the end wins the fight.
Isera just jumps in and stops the entire retreat. And Flash Wolves don't suffer any consequences for their rather lackadaisical approach to this game as they clean up a mid-team fight. Take a look at how weird and messy this starts. Bruce gets the ult chain off, but then Hakai dives into the backline. It just really has no follow-up. Deep dive from the Shang. I had a moment where I'm like, oh, the Shang's about to do it. But Flash Wolves have really good target selection, and they immediately shift focus onto him. And then Ysera does that.
That was really great. The fact that, the Shang gone, that means Geek Fam just wanted to retreat. Isera just stops them in their tracks. It was, yeah, I think this is definitely one of the best strengths coming from Flash Wolves.
And so, Flash Wolves will walk away from this with the dominant lead they were looking for, 5,000 out of the early game. And this is where I should talk about this being a very classic Flash Wolves composition. This is a team comp that will do well in the hyper late game. You've got the Yasuo, who always benefits the longer this game goes. You've got the engage from Ysera and Cookie with a tank on Eason. Good team disengage, good team fight power. And of course the Senna for hyperscaling. It's everything they want.
Everything that they definitely want and need when it comes to that 20-minute
All their
mark.
veggies.
Yeah.
And the danger for Flash Wolves, as we saw versus Divine, is things can go wrong if someone gets into their early game and starts kind of picking them apart. But Geek Fam haven't been able to do that. They've been spending a lot of this early game on the back foot playing defense. And so Flash Wolves are just rolling towards the late game.
Yeah, so far it has been Momo and Nyx taking proactive measures to take advantage of their early game strength and spike. Especially on this Lucian, we've seen that 2v2 work out very well. But at the same time, Flash Wolves definitely just took the party into the bot lane, therefore shackling down Momo's strength.
I think one of the other things, and maybe this is something we can have a conversation around the MV. Okay.
Ashang, they're thinking about it though. Bruce senses danger and decides to just back away.
I'll tell you what. Real Spider-Man moment. Danger sense happening. I'll tell you what. You know, this game is kind of interesting because they have forgotten about the Shang, and he's starting to feel a little bit frisky in a way that we haven't seen from him all tournament long because he has been so hard focused.
And right now, big 2v2 assault and battery towards the Shan right now. There's the ult coming from the setup, from the back line, from the sides rather. Cookie focusing his efforts towards 69, but look at the Shan coming from the back line. There's the dash. There's one more auto attack left, but gets pushed out by Cookie. One, and he goes down. Cookie on a rampage right now. And Geek Fam, the rest of the squad, a tad too late.
And you see Flash Wolves, right as I'm remarking upon it, kind of realizing, hang on, wait. Let me pull out my notes. It does say here, focus their top laner. It does say here we should be in the top lane. And they bring 4 players in total to shut down that top lane.
That was a pretty... Oh, look at that triple, man. I mean, that's the lock-in, rather. Look at Bruce. He's just gonna kill 69. And this is just the collapse. Nick's gonna follow suit. Hockey, the one left with that one auto attack away. And Momo-chan, what is that? This is Momo. Oh, no. My weakness is coming out. TJ, please do take over.
Riku, we knew it would happen.
I slipped right there.
She's been doing nothing but talking about anime the entire time this tournament is going behind the scenes. And we kept telling her it would happen. And it slips out now between Flash Wolves and Geek Fam.
Yeah, that happened. Beautiful collapse though coming from Flash Wolves. Whooshu! Change topic.
Oh, I'll let that work. I'll let you cast that spell. It's all right.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, 3 seconds till the Baron, Dragon rather, and one dies immediately. No Hockey, no Moonfall. It's going to be a 4v5 towards this Air Drake. Cloud Drake. Still not over. Tidal Wave into the bubble, but it's only there for that big defense. Look at the side lanes, though. It's Brute split pushing so far.
Sorry, Riku, I was still just reeling. I was still just trying to recover myself.
You're fine. Take your time, I think.
Cloud Drake is being picked up right now, actually, by Flash Wolves. Geek Fam unable to gain access. All of them pinned behind that turret. 10k gold lead and growing as Flash Wolves grab themselves the second Drake of their game.
Now, this is complete domination by Flash Wolves here. 2 dragons already. Geek Fam. Oh, look at the cask. Oh, dear. Momo cannot escape this one for sure, but he is able to. Very close to his death. Eason just tanking a lot of the calling shots. He is safe for now. Momo still has a flash, though, so everything is A-okay.
He feels empowered, emboldened for some reason, Riku.
I know. I wonder why.
I wonder why. I wonder what could have done that.
Yeah.
There's going to be pressure down mid as Flash Wolves tries to stabilize after Geek Fam did get a decent hold out in the middle of the map. Geek Fam will play a spread out defense though, and that's, as we talked about, not how you throw Flash Wolves off of their game. Did they just decide they didn't want to do the Baron?
Yeah.
They were just like, this game's feeling a little easy. Let's keep it going a bit longer. They could have had that.
They had the opportunity, I suppose. They kind of backtracked a little bit. The Shang, though, is going to have to face Sarah's clutches over there. Look at the Shang with the maneuvers. Was able to dodge the ult coming from Sarah there. I felt like that could have ended disastrous.
The Shang fighting Ysera even from a 10,000 gold deficit, actually slightly more than that. 1,500, not 10,000. So just really, really well played. He is such a good mechanical player. Unfortunately, just not had the opportunity to showcase it. As Flash Wolves are one of the most cautious teams in the tournament. You saw it there. They had a moment where Geek Fam were maybe in the jungle on the other side, maybe could have done something, so they just cancel the Baron take, even though it's pretty easy. Go for this instead.
Yeah, there's the Assault and Battery already. Nick so low. Tidal Wave being forced out so far. No deaths, but ults are gone. And Flash Wolves is not able to finish the kill, but they pretty much blow a little bit of the ults coming from GEEK Fam.
And so Flash Wolves will play their slow, steady game. You can expect them to just siege for a moment longer, look for these individual picks like they've been fishing for. And once they get one or two of those, they'll turn that into a Baron. Maybe this becomes a Baron dance in and of itself, because GEEK Fam certainly are aware that it's the next major objective. I don't think Flash Wolves are going to start this, though. Flash Wolves, by default, just play for the next dragon.
Yeah, they're going for that 1-3-1 split push. Of course, if Sarah is able to fight toe-to-toe with Deshang. And Bruce, in the meantime, is just going to wait for assistance every single time from Cookie to start the assault and battery, and then get that last breath on the board. Look at this, though. Very aggressive, sneaking into the jungle. There's a Twin Shadows going to find them targets. Nyx with a Tidal Wave once more. Going to get rooted, though. But there's not going to be any follow-up. It's just Flash Wolves scaring GEEK Fam away.
Run up, yell, "Geek! Nerd!" And that's enough. GEEK Fam have to back away. Flash Wolves aren't looking for anything proactive here again. They don't. This isn't the kind of team they are. They could take a 50-50. They could force a fight here, but they're not going to do that. Instead, they'll zone, it looks like, and start the Baron, which is interesting.
That's going to be a 4v4 situation here. Deshang solo, dashing into the Twilight Shroud. He's still safe for now. Momo entering the scene to follow up, calling. Going to be hitting Isera, forced to flash. 4v5 at 4v4, rather, at top side. Baron secured now by Flash Wolves, and GEEK Fam has no choice but to run away.
Yep, Flash Wolves play that actually very, very well. This is a little more risk than they usually take. I was prepared to be here for 20 or so minutes. I was prepared for them to just take the dragons and refuse to start the Baron.
Yeah.
But they zone it off very well there. You can see Eason and Cookie kind of being aware of where GEEK Fam were. Eason stays in front of the Baron pit, building space, making sure there's no way for the GEEK Fam members to get close and try for a steal. Whilst Bruce, who is such good damage, as you see there on that kill, just burns through a Baron at this point. Better than any AD carry in terms of roll speed. And now Flash Wolves look for a game end.
Yeah, look at this possible 3-man collapse. Over to Bruce and Cookie, but never mind. Eason is going to be joining the scene just to clear the waves and as well as take advantage. Tidal Wave, though, popping in. There's the kick from 69, sending Cookie into the embracing arms of GEEK Fam. But where is the follow-up? That is the question. Look at Bruce. He's in too deep. It doesn't matter. He's dominating right now. He is just so low, blocking the bubble even. And so far, it is Bruce being able to survive and eliminate all of these targets from GEEK Fam. 3 members down. Only Momo and Nyx into the mix to try and defend this Nexus. But the lead of Flash Wolves is just so much, just so overwhelming. It's just the Nexus left. Look at Cookie. He's pretty much low, but all the auto attacks focusing towards the Nexus. Moonfall, triple, man. Very low, but it don't matter. Hockey gets eliminated. Nexus is low. This is going to be a 2-0 against GEEK Fam in favor of Flash Wolves.
Poor Momo-chan. Poor GEEK Fam.